Good morning, everyone, to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play. So today's episode is about be the alchemist-artist of your life. So you might have heard me talk about creativity before, or maybe not. So creativity for me is everything. It's not just creating paintings or like sculpture or, the fine arts or the visual arts or singing, or it's really everything. It is creating our life. So what are we choosing? And what can we create? Also, what can you add to your life that will create the energy you are looking for? What can you explore? What can you be curious about? What is an alchemist? In when you look it up in the dictionary, it is basically somebody who has the capacity to turn lead into gold, meaning to turn something that is not so valuable into something that is precious. And welcome, I'm back in the United States. And so cheers to alchemy, cheers to spring. It is March 5th today. And what is possible? What can you transform in your life? It's all about transformation. Alchemy is transformation. What can you transform? And it might be also what points of view can you change that would allow you to create the life that you desire. Let me have a sip of this. I love green tea so much. So cheers to this Monday morning inspiration. What could inspire you? What do you choose to inspire you? Or do you choose to judge you? Do you choose you are not creative enough, or you are not doing enough? And then what is creativity? What is it actually for you? What if that is really something that is for you to explore? What if there's not one thing that fits for all? What it's not about doing it right? What if it's not about doing a specific program over and over and over so that you will do it right? It's like, what is it actually that keeps you from accessing your creative juices? What is that? We are all creators. We create everything in our life. We create everything. And so I encourage you to look into what do you think is missing? Is there anything missing? Do you make space for you? Do you contribute energy to what you are seeking to create? And what if this is really an exploration? So the alchemist is basically, in many ways, letting go of what was and is going on a journey or an exploration. It's not that anything is just like falling into your lap and then it is, and oh, now I do this. What if that is also a lie? It's not true. What if things don't just come to you, but you create them? What can you create for you? What space can you make in your life that will allow you to bring in the energies and also receive the contributions? What energies are you looking for? Is it the energy of play? Is it the energy of joy? Is there something in your life where you are like resisting it maybe? Are you avoiding it? What is it? What can you transform what can you change? What change can you choose? What can you do different? What choice can you make? What would inspire you? Is it maybe going into an art museum and see paintings, or go to a concert, go to the opera, or a walk in the garden, traveling? What is it that would inspire you? So here I have one of my silk scarves, just to show you. I painted it just now in Costa Rica, and it's orchids. I love painting orchids, and it's just such a joy for me. I love these flowers so much, and I cannot stop taking pictures. It's when I see an orchid, they are also different, right? And in Costa Rica, it's their national flower. So when you go to markets, there are always several booths where you can see the most amazing orchids. And they give me such a joy. And then, I love finding out about things that I love, like where do they grow? What is it actually? And what is their natural environment? And so there are orchids, the tiniest orchids, and then there are big ones with big flowers, and they are basically all over the planet. It's one of the most widespread species on the earth. And they grow in the air, they grow on trees, and some have really long roots. Others have one single root, like a stem. It looks like a stem. Others have very fine, thin roots, or an entire root system that is hanging in the air, and they receive moisture that way. And then I love painting them, or painting any flower. Gladiolas, I love them too, or sunflowers. And it could be actually any flower. A rose, there's a rose hanging on the other wall. It could be anything. It can also be a tree. It's really something that grabs my attention, so to say, and I will paint it. I'm also curious about what is actually the shape of the petal. What makes it, have you ever wondered what makes it look alive when you paint something? What is it actually? So in art school, I learned to look at negative space. So what if we don't paint the thing painstakingly, exactly setting it in there in the right top corner of the canvas, but we really go more about the space around it. What is the space around it? So what is also the shadow? It's interesting. I'm talking about this painting here now. Yeah, cool. Alchemy. Is it alchemy when we transform something that is a living, breathing, growing, moving thing into a canvas? So do we transform it from one substance into another one? Yeah, I would say it is a transformation. Also, what I love doing when I paint flowers, I really blow them up. I make them way bigger. And what is that? It's like, wow, I just love it. I love it. I love flowers. I love to look at the shape of the petals, light and dark. And what is it actually that makes it look like a gladiola? What makes a flower look like a sunflower? What is it actually? And I really go for the shadow to look what does the shadow do, because the shadow defines the shape of the petal. So you wouldn't even have to really paint the petal in its entire detail. You can do this, of course, if it's fun for you. You can also study the shape of the petals, look at different flowers of the same species, and find out, what is this actually? What is it that makes this look like an orchid? And in the world of orchids, of course, there are so many different species. There are other orchids that look totally different from these here. The petals are looking different. I found out about one that looks like a spider. It has long petals that looks like the legs of a really big spider, which I saw down there in Costa Rica. Really big spiders right next to me. And so what if we are curious about it? I'm really curious about this, and then I paint it or I draw it, and I use color, different hues, like in this painting, and some areas are not even very much defined. I give it an idea, and then I work with the shadow and brought in a bud just up here and compose this painting. So alchemy. And what are you actually seeking to create? What are you looking for? And so please ask me questions. You can post questions here underneath this video. And you can also find me on Facebook, Bettina Star Rose. And you find my website at www.bettinamadini.com. This Monday morning inspiration is really to inspire you to really like stir the curiosity and the playfulness and let go of judgment. You know, judging you is the most unkind thing you could choose. It's a choice. If you choose you, what would that create? If you really choose you, if you chose you, if you chose your life, if you were really present here with you, with what you would love, do you think it's egotistic? Really? Who told you that? So you went out and never did things that were fun for you, but then you are there for everyone else. And you take care of everybody else, and you make sure everybody else is happy. And then what is with you? Have you pushed this to later? I'm going to take care of that later. I'm going to do what is fun for me later. Have you chosen that? What is that actually creating? Have you bought the myth that it would take so much time to add something fun to your life? What if it's not? What if it's really not? Go on a walk. Make 10 minutes, or find inspiring videos on YouTube, something. What is it? First thing is to find out what is the energy you would actually like to add. What would you like to explore? Maybe it's, I don't know, fashion design, creating clothes, or crafts. What is it? Go to an art fair and walk around and find out what is it actually that is really intriguing you, that you may want to try out and play with. There are so many artists who offer workshops, and that is actually really a wonderful way to find out whether you would like something or not. Explore it. Be the alchemist. You know, the alchemist is courageous. The alchemist knows something else is possible. They can transform lead into gold. They know it. Something else is possible. And they explore. And yes, there will be moments where it didn't work out the way you think it would. And so what? It doesn't matter. Keep moving, keep walking, keep exploring. You will find, you know, I have also paintings that didn't work out the way I thought they would. Some I just let go of, I discarded. And others, you know, they were what they were. I didn't judge them. At first I did. And I changed that. Wow, there was just the wind rattling the metal roof. Interesting. What if we never judge our creations? What, you know, what if you look at kids, they just go about their day. They just, oh, I create this. Okay, like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. And they just, okay, next. Oh, this is not good. Throw it away. Next, right? They don't stick themselves with it. They don't judge themselves. They just move on. So everywhere you have not moved on, but you stuck yourself somewhere in time where somebody judged you or you judged you, somebody told you you are not good, you will never be good, you will never be an artist or a singer or whatever. Are you willing to let that go? What if that is a lie? Because you can do anything. You don't have to be, I don't know, the most perfect painter or whatever. Perfect is a limitation. It's not real. It's not true. Look at what you would like to create. More of the energy of it. What is the energy of it? And then go on the journey, explore, go on the adventure. Well, what would you like me to talk about in the future, in future episodes? I will also have guests every once in a while. And we talk about a theme, but then you can always chime in and ask questions, like the wind is trying to get my attention now, rattling the roof. All right, what can you rattle and shake up in your life that will allow you to, unstick you, unstuck you? Would an infinite being ever be stuck with anything? And have fun, enjoy it, create. And if you are interested in one of my workshops, please sign up for my newsletter on my website, bettinamadini.com. And I will then let you know what's coming up. I'm planning an online painting class, art workshop, and also in person. So let me know. And I'm looking forward to seeing you somewhere, sometime. And yeah, what can we create here on the planet? One of my projects is I'm going to paint murals with kids. And children are just wonderful. They are just so fast. They are in the flow. They don't judge themselves. Only once they get older, they start judging themselves. And then mostly they are also willing to let go of that judgment. Are you willing to let go where you judge you? Thank you. What if that's the beginning of an amazing journey where you can find out what is fun for you? Maybe you don't even know it right now. You will not know until you go on the journey and try it out. Have fun, my friends, and I see you soon. Thank you so much for watching this. Bye-bye.